First serve going right at Łukasik. Stishak tags it. Well done.
And how fast this Poland team starts will tell you a lot about how this match is going to go. Because they're coming off such a long night, they need a fast start to get that energy up right away.
Serve too much on it from Czernianska.
And Czernianska was an incredible piece that helped take down Turkey last night. She didn't get the start, but she came in during the second set and was a massive difference maker for that team, earning the start today.
Pass is good. Volwash takes a quick look and then runs for middle.
The serve and pass game is going to be big for both sides and how often they're able to get the middle involved. Because on both sides, whether it's Kornelik or Jurczyk on Poland's side or Danesi and Farr on Italy's, they're big impact players.
Czernianska's serve. Way to protect the net by Jurczyk.
There's that serve and pass battle already playing out. Good serve by Kornelik, forces that overpass front line. Easy put down.
Kornelik again, and as you'll always point out, Emily, no libero on Poland's side of the court right now. Picked up. Volwash back to Stishak. Sends it wide and an Italy point. And Emily, why do we always point out when there's no libero on the court?
Because normally you see that's when tips are thrown in. Going for those middles, normally liberos pick them up. Middles typically don't.
Cracker by Stishak.
Already, Volwash is sending a lot of sets Stishak's way, whether on the outside or the right. A clear game plan to establish her as a threat early on.
Stishak is young, just 23 years old, but as you said, I hope her shoulder is good. And Iganu, the crowd is on fire, singing first swing from Paula Iganu.
Naganu, such a big piece and difference maker for this Italy team. Again, she wasn't in that first matchup against Poland. They didn't have their heavy hitter. Look for her to go off today.
Łukasik is down the line. Iganu from the backcourt, well put. Volwash comes in to dig it. Iganu waiting for it again from the backcourt, and she unloads.
She put up 20 points against Team USA yesterday in just 3 sets. It'll be interesting to see what she does today and how many swings she gets. This is an Italy team that doesn't necessarily have to rely on her because they have other terminal hitters, but when they need a point, they're sure to go to her.
Outside, and the block could not be more solid. Far, huge presence for Italy.
Poland cannot attack that low seam, meaning right in the bottom, right above the tape. That's going to get blocked every time for this team. Italy's a good blocking one.
Yeah, that was Oro and Far combining. Little poke. Volwash goes outside again. To the middle, coming the other way, another dig by Volwash. Huge block ahead. You just told him, don't challenge that block.
Even with Alessia Oro up front, the setter for Italy, she stands at 1.78 m, but she is a blocking threat up front. You might think that's a good matchup, but you still can't go low seam against her. It has to go up and over.
Yeah, we saw that with the United States in their quarterfinal match, challenging that block again and again from the outside with no success.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Sila. Big swing and an even bigger block. That combination of Far and Oro causing damage.
And at some point, the other side has to learn that they can't go low seam. Do not test that block out unless you're swinging as high as you can, right at the fingertips. You can't go low into it every single time. It'll come right back at you.
Lavarini wastes no time calling timeout.
Okay, but you have to reach over, or exactly to pass over her in the last centimeter. There's no medium Medium measure. There's no medium. And then girls, over, and we can play again. We had all the balls on our side. Right. Go.
4-point run by the Italians. Trying to stop that momentum, but Rossetti at the service line. And Sila, you mentioned it was so impressive. Oh, bug? I hope so. Otherwise, we got a problem.
Ghost, maybe.
Passes on the money outside to Sila. Sila, one of the best we've seen attacking hands. Excuse me.
A phenomenal finish from Sila. Good push to the outside. She just goes high up and over. This is where she's best. Continuing to aim high. That back deep corner she loves.
How about this? The fans love this substitution. The very young Bojanski. Just enough to disrupt Rojanski. A middle. Tell us a little bit about her, Emily.
Yeah, Rojanski's a player that will come in off of the bench. We've seen this kind of rotation happen on Poland's side. Often they haven't necessarily stuck with the same two outsides for many games in a row.
Over. Know your assignments. The front court setter.
And a great decision. Tight pass going up. You got to go up and try to challenge it, but Oro just getting the better of him.
We'll watch back to Stishak, the block. Trouble. And that's going to be a double. Italy starting to break apart Poland.
And this is where Poland has to find a way to come back. Again, this first set is so important for this team who's playing 2 matches in 24 hours. Starting fast is key to gain some momentum.
Uh-oh, Danese. On top of it, it's Doug. Slowed it down. Oh boy, because they're going to go to Eganu. Eganu. Blocked by Kornelik and Rojanski.
That was big for Kornelik to get going early. It took her about a set and a half, 2 sets last night to get going from a blocking standpoint. This is big for her to get all the way out, close it up, hands over.
Vowash. Oh, an even bigger swing, but it's out. No touch, no challenge. And Vowash will serve again.
That's what that block does. She was blocked the time before, so now she has to aim higher. That causes that ball to go out.
That time, Eganu finds fingers.
You see just those small adjustments that these players make. The time before going higher because she had just gotten blocked, going out of bounds. This time aiming a little bit lower, and that's when she catches the fingertips.
One of the problems when you hit so high, right?
Yeah.
Nobody else has that problem. Stishak. And off the block.
That ball barely going out of bounds, but these Poland attackers continuously trying to go right into that seam, but Danese's done a great job of closing it up.
Rojanski serve. Sila with a rip right between the seam of the defense.
And that's a gutsy swing with Stishak and Kornelik up front, both over 2 meters tall. Not a lot of seams you're going to see with those two players, but she threads the needle.
An ace serve for Miriam Sila.
We've seen Italy go absolutely off from the service line. This is something that they're so good at. Last week, they averaged 2 aces per set, not just per match. They were serving other teams off the court, and this is why they target those seams so well.
Goes right back out, Rojanski. Problem with this is you've got Paolo Eganu on one side, and here she comes. Tries a little tenderness, mixing it up.
Nagano doesn't go to tips very often, but when she does, it's very tactical. You always expect that hard hit from her. That's what makes this tip so effective.
Second timeout called for Poland.
Are not okay. We have to change this. In the break point in particular, because we started already with good attacks. In attack it's working. We are looking for high shot, we are looking for our directions, but we are not aggressive in block and defense. They score 2-3 tips on the situation that we know they will tip. So be more ready for this. We catch one ball and it will change everything. Right. Ball.
Listening to Lavarini at the end, saying, you know, if we handle this contact, it changes everything. And so, the optimist, Sila continuing on her service run. Outside going deep. Igana will take another swing. Great dig. Got to swing big, but the problem is that block.
Especially with Aganu up front, along with Danesi, this is one of the biggest blocks that Italy has. If you're an outside going up against it, you have to make sure to swing extra high, not down into it, because it'll come back fast.
Stishak will end the service run by Miriam Sila, but not before a lot of damage was done to Poland.
And smart for Volleyball to go to the right side this time, avoiding that big block on the outside, get the right going. Smaller block.
Kornelik with work to do from the end line, gets an ace to start things off.
Kornelik's serve doesn't look very intimidating as she just stands and floats it over, but it's caught a lot of passers off guard because of how quickly it drops.
Perfect pass. Absolutely. You gotta run the middle when it looks that good.
Danesi's a player that is so good on both sides of the ball. We've seen what she can do defensively, but offensively, she always makes it a point to be up and available for her setter.
Outside this time, avoiding the block. No punch is gonna work. Very tough ball. And yet Higanu manages to work with it. Lukashik. I'm not sure if you look toward the crowd for a second there.
Just a good shot to that high seam, splitting the defenders.
Italy ahead by 4 as Stishak serves. Well gone. Emily, we saw USA target Sila, Miriam Sila, in terms of their serving as well. What did you think of her passing in that match?
I thought she was absolutely incredible. I mean, she was passing nails the entire time. They had to go to Bozzetti at the end because Sila was doing so well, but it didn't matter. Both were great.
I agree. Meanwhile, running the middle with Farr.
Typically, the best teams are the best passing teams because you have all options available. It's so difficult defensively. If you know the other team's in a perfect situation, they have all hitters, you don't know where to go, that opens up seams. Italy's a great passing team.
Agano lets it fly. Bowash puts the set up. And here's the problem. You lose yourself in space. It's a good swing, but too wide.
And this is where the outsides for Poland have to try to swing down the line. Go for Alicia Oro. She's a little bit shorter than that middle. Better target for you to go down.
I'm sure it feels like PTSD if you swing back that way. And there's another big swing and serve by Agano. Italy controlling the service line.
Yeah, Italy completely taking control in really all aspects of the game, but especially from that service line. They are so good right in the seams.
Perfect pass. And the set is a miss, and they're going to pay for it. There it's picked up. Bowash, little to the middle. Agano's long arms reach it. Italy just outlasting Bozzetti, making magic.
Incredible up Agano in the back court. You think that ball's down like she's not in a position to play it. just reaches down and somehow manages to scoop under it and get it high enough for Oro to get under.
Mozetti already having a day, and so they're bringing in Smarzik for Poland. We have seen her come in and do great things. Of course, they've done a setter and out an opposite change here. Manerska. Little ball. Softly done. Smarzik will take her first swing. Block all over it. Here it comes again. Well done by Smarzik. Every time she's inserted, she makes a play.
Every single time she goes in, and Venerska knows that she has to feed her the ball. She's always ready to go. That arm's always warm, and she comes out and takes big swings right out of the gates. And she's a very big blocking presence on the right side.
Outside, Mozetti. Just a bad miss. Poland still down by 5 as Italy is in what you would call the red zone.
The red zone meaning within the last 5 points of the set. This is when you want to play your best volleyball and play as clean as possible. Poland's got a long way to go to get there.
Sila in the middle of the serve receive. They serve her for an ace.
Italy is a hard team to ace based on how good their ball control is. This serve is just better placed, dropping right in front. That movement was absolutely insane.
Velasco and Italy will call their first timeout.
Ogni palla dobbiamo fare, capito? Stiamo giocando bene, non commettiamo errori noi. Gli errori li hanno commessi loro. Se la palla non va bene, che non è buona, la mettiamo di là e giochiamo a muro difesa, ok? Quando abbiamo la palla buona, giochiamo quello che vogliamo. Quando non è buona, non commettiamo errori. Okay?
One of the things that Italy did so well against the United States in the quarterfinals is that they forced USA into 23 unforced errors. Right now, Poland making some of those same attack blocking and serving errors. Great scoop. Doesn't have to be pretty, just has to be down.
Chernynska, again, just checking back into the set and having a big impact right away. Not afraid to take that big swing in the big moment. The other outside, Łukaszek laying out for it. Incredible hustle.
Poland's depth showing. Tough serve, they keep it on Sila. Eganu rises up and puts it down.
When Italy wants to finish out a set or just finish a few points, that's exactly where they go. It's Eganu, whether she's in the front or back court, they find her and she's almost sure for a point.
Yeah, it was a nice run by Poland, but if you make it possible to get it back to Eganu, they will again and again. No touch, and De Gradi will serve.
When you mention all those errors that USA had yesterday, a lot of that is because Italy's putting so much pressure on them. From a blocking standpoint, US had to swing higher, which caused those balls out of bounds. They also passed so well, so USA had to serve tougher, causing those balls to go out of bounds. So yes, you see errors on one side, but it's also the pressure that Italy's putting on teams.
Absolutely, they are creating it. No block touch on the challenge. Of course, Poland didn't have any more timeouts, so it was a good time to use a challenge. De Gradi. Trouble. Middles are out of it. Manerska goes outside. And another unforced errors. And this is what we're talking about with the block of Italy forcing these errors.
Yeah, that block is so big, these hitters are trying to avoid it at all costs. That causes these balls to go out.
Italy has 4 blocks in this set. That'll stick with you. Smarzik. Again. It's picked up. Far. Does not get a touch. They chose not to go to Eganu. That was a little surprising for me.
Especially in a situation where it's not a great pass near the 3-meter line, but Oro forces that middle set.
There's a challenge on the block touch by Italy.
Not even
But
close.
it doesn't yield results. It does slow things down a little. Jurczyk serving Sila on the left side of the court. They go the other way. Egano. And it's all started with that perfect first touch of Italy's De Gradi.
Italy doing a great job just managing their side. For the most part, they've been pretty low error. And of course, Paolo Eganu's been Paolo Eganu.
Set point, Italy. Uh-oh. Trouble again. It's going to be an out-of-system swing. And Italy's block fittingly closes it out with their 5th block of the set.
This is what Italy does. They put on a blocking clinic every time they step out on the court. Teams just haven't adjusted to it. They're getting blocked time and time again. Poland still trying to go for that low seam. They think the seam is there, and all of a sudden the middles close it up. It also helps when you're serving tough because you're out of system. Every team knows, everyone in this gym knows where that ball is going. It's outside, so the block has so much time to set up as well. Italy just outplaying Poland in pretty much every capacity.
Yeah, we have seen some excellent blocking from everyone on that team, but Oro deserves a special nod for the way she has defended that line.
Yeah, and a player that stands at 1.78 m already racked up 4 blocks in just this set. Those are numbers that you're outstanding at from a setter in an entire match, but let alone a set. It's crazy. She's doing a phenomenal job knowing she's going to be targeted up there and still pressing over and getting it done.
Italy, again, just making Poland uncomfortable. That's what they did in the quarterfinals as well. When we take a look at the numbers, Emily, I'll be interested to know what stands out to you.
Yeah, well, it's that blocking number, of course. You see 5 blocks to Poland's 1, and of course, Italy out attacking them by just a few errors. 6 and 6, not too bad on both sides, but we saw Poland's really come at the end of the set after Italy had already forced them into a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and the attack points were so many for Poland. The Volleyball Foundation, an initiative of the FIVB, was established in May 2024. The foundation uses the global reach and power of volleyball to support community projects worldwide that have a positive impact. The mission of the Volleyball Foundation is to connect, serve, and inspire global communities through volleyball to improve societies. Get involved and donate or submit your project on www.volleyballfoundation.com. You can follow them on Instagram at volleyball.foundation. Let's serve the world through volleyball. Taking a look at the attack placement by Poland.
Poland sending a lot of balls to the right of the court. That means they're targeting either the setter or Paolo Eganu. 2 great options out there to either get it out of system or hopefully take Eganu out of that offense. Italy, on the other hand, much of the same, going after the center of the court or to that right side, trying to take Włoch out of that setting position to force Poland out of system as well.
What can Poland do right now to have a better start and challenge Italy?
Well, they have to swing a lot higher. They can't attack that low seam anymore. They have to go for high hands. They've understood and realized now how big that Italy block is. They've tested it out enough. Can't get blocked off the court again here in set 2.
And Italy is so much more than Paola Eganu, including the contributions of this woman, Miriam Sila, from both the backcourt and the front.
Yeah, she's been so impressive. Both passing-wise has provided a lot of stability for that team, and offensively, she finds ways to put balls down with a big block in front of her.
If you're Poland, what do you do about the problem that is Paola Eganu on the block?
On the block, you have to avoid her or just go a little bit higher. You'd like to see when she's front row for Poland to try to run away from her just to get her out of the play.
I don't know much can be said about her when she's attacking, but how do you solve a problem there? I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of, you just got to manage everyone else.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she's going to get her points.
Włoch. First pass to Sila. Eganu will just place it. Here comes Stishak. Gets around it, but sends it just a little long. And even if you think that, you know, that was in, if you turn, and it was out. Good choice there. Well, an in-out, you don't have a chance to challenge is what the point is. Back kind of chipped in, and that gives the chance for Agano to go off. And she does.
Those are situations that you just can't be in if you're pulling out of system. You know exactly where that ball's going, and even with the big block in front of it, she finds a way around.
No easy balls, no free balls can go Italy's way. Cishak stays behind this, attacks hands going through. Oro sends it back again. Little tip. And just wobbly wheels right now for Poland.
And it's tough when you have a libero coming in. You ideally don't want the block to reach back, but as a passer, you have to say and call this ball out to play it. Otherwise, that front row is going to do it. Or they just didn't listen.
Yeah, and Stishak on purpose put the ball high enough for somebody to get it. But the libero was already down. There's a kill from her to the sideline, and Poland trying to get a little energy, it looks like.
Yeah, it's been difficult for this Poland team to get energy thus far with how well Italy's been playing, but this is when they have to do it. They have to find a way to flip things around. Otherwise, it's going to be a quick night for them.
Italy #2 in the world and looking like it. You make an error, Poland will jump on it in that pass.
And a great serve. Just going right down that line, targeting the outside passer. Beautiful from Bosch. Mounjic, rather.
They got it this time over the top. Picked up fairly evenly. They'll go to Stishak, but there's the block. Danesi slamming the door.
A beautiful finish from Danesi. Out of system play. She knew where the ball was going. Those blockers just working so well together. You see those hands right next to each other. No seam in that.
Danesi now serving. Back third of the court. It's a great choice by Łukaszek.
Big swing from Łukaszek, one of the biggest that we've seen from her today. A good push from Velosh, sending it all the way out. That ball left inside. She gets the feet there, goes up and rips it.
My gosh, you can see Agano reaching so far over and high. Terrifying block. Kornelik serve. They are keeping it on Degradi. Hit the antenna. And Stishak is begging for a challenge. Challenge has been accepted. Did it hit the antenna from Poland's side or from Italy's side?
And chance for Poland to reset. Also a fun opportunity for Stefano Lavarini, who just signed with Vero, to see some of his future players with Aganu and Oro.
Yeah, I don't think he's enjoying it that much right now.
Yeah, he's like, great, you guys are good. Can't wait to coach you later. Right now, chill out.
Yeah. And there's your answer. It actually goes off Stishak's hand into the antenna. And so one challenge gone for Poland, and the point stays with Italy. Aganu. Big serve, perfectly passed. Ball has to be put away, and it isn't. Mowash will, of course, go to Stishak. In the middle, it's still good. Bowash takes a quick glance, decides on the middle. Quick outside. And in the end, put away by Łukaszek.
That's a big momentum play for Poland, staying with Italy in terms of defense. We saw a few balls go right off the block, back on Poland's side, but that coverage was there because they know how big it is.
That is a frustrated Miriam Sila. Aganu, boy, she's coming in like a freight train. You can see the acceleration.
Absolutely incredible what she does up there. She's been ripping cross court. Poland brought this block back inside. Now she's got a power shot down the line.
Put your helmet on when Aganu is swinging. Łukaszek again, off the block. That's 2 in a row for her. And Sila is pretty emotional right now.
And sometimes that'll happen in these matches where, you know, you could be playing for either a gold medal or a bronze medal. Emotions just get a little heightened.
Needs to be careful because, of course, they have been targeting Sila with the serve.
And again, Italy just handling the front court. Oro going up. We've seen her do this time and time again. Go right inside. That block needs to be just a little bit more in to handle it.
She has had a masterful game if you look at her blocking from the first set and this set's offense. Rukashik has been the hot hand, and Walsh knows it.
A great swing from the backcourt, just absolutely flying through. Feels like she's putting a little something extra into some of these swings. You see her fly from the backcourt, identifying where that block is. Just a little seam for her to hit through. She follows it beautifully.
If the spark is going to be provided, right now, Lukashik is the one. There is Sila. Wanted that one.
It's a beautiful shot from Sila. That high corner shot going up and over the block. She's continuing to hit that back third.
Oro goes long. Negrati having some trouble passing. Sila waiting for it, set back down. Stishak again. I believe the block was into the antenna.
Poland doing a much better job this set, seeing where those seams are on the block and finding ways to go around it or go right up through it.
Tied at 8s. Picked up underneath. Unable to convert as Poland and Italy regains the lead.
And a great shot, just taking a little bit off of this one. Really well-placed tip from Maganu. Just dribbling it right over almost the back of Kornelik.
Sila behind the service line, see if some of that emotion goes into her serve. Lukashik receives. Shogowska all over it. And that's the block changing your plans.
Kornelik knows that she can't just swing straight down into it. Denese is right there reading her, so she went high and over.
Stabbed up. Igano will just place it over, takes Kornelik out of the play. That's all right, they got Lukashik behind. But Denese, Bella block.
And how about that read? A solo stuff coming out of the backcourt. You didn't know who was going to get this ball off of a free ball, but man, her body might not be in the right position, but those hands, perfect.
Picked up by Degrati. Oro goes back. Ball is a free ball. Agano salivating. She chooses not to swing. Well, Stishak, or excuse me, well, Mounjic swing, she does.
A big swing for Mounjic in one of these long rallies. We're seeing rallies extended now. The backcourt defense picking up. Poland find a way, going over the block. Much better swings on their side.
Mounjic. Laser of a pass. As flat of a pass as you'll see, and Oro goes to Denese.
And great side out right away from Italy. Perfect pass, middle attack. Kornelik there on the block. Just Denese gets the better of her, turning that thumb down shot.
You've seen that a couple of times now from the Italian players. Body drifting left, they turn it back right. There's a block. Degrati stands at 182. She's up and over.
Just a beautifully set up block, getting about just as high as Far did on that one. She's leaping up there.
Mounjic from the backcourt. We're seeing Voash mix up the offense quite a bit now.
And that's exactly what Voash needs to do. This offense cannot get predictable just going out to Stishak or the outside attackers. They have to find some unpredictability to keep the blockers on their toes.
Italy +3, up 1-0. Kornelik serving. Little ball. We've seen a lot of tipping from Italy, which is puzzling right now. We see a lot of that, too. That one out of bounds. Point, Poland.
And with this block, gutsy to test out Aganu like that, but she's not pressed over enough. That ball goes out.
Aganu. All about the way she gets her feet around that ball.
Yeah, when she gets her feet there, she's absolutely unstoppable. On some of those tips that we've seen from her, it's because she's reaching for that ball and can't get a full swing. That time, able to get that two-step approach in.
It's that first step, right? Where she goes to the left first. Oh, great serve. No touch.
And Poland's got to get out of this fast. They're treating Aganu just like they did with Vargas, putting 4 back on this hard topspin serve to try to control it a little bit better.
Poland calls their first timeout of set 2.
Now this, she made a great goal, eh? With the high ball like this, you go 5-6 over the block, be ready to run, but bravo. We still need to put high ball in 4 much close and much inside, because like this we cannot play. We need the ball inside, we need the ball close, we go there, we choose. It cannot be always bomb out. It can be that we try the block, but it can also be that if the ball sticks in the net, we play 1 ball for cover. Girls, easy thing, Aga, first touch, nice, mama, higher. We play with comfort. Right.
Emily, what's the most difficult thing about playing against this Italy team?
Well, they have options at every single place. Of course, you have a player like Paola Aganu, but you also have 2 terminal outsides and 2 middles that, yes, they're great blocking, but they're also very involved in the offense. It's not only tough to put a ball down, it's tough to pick it up, too.
Better with a feather a little bit, but it all started with that Strzelkowska pass.
And Strzelkowska handling that very well, getting it up. Sometimes against these tough topspin servers, you're okay with 10 feet off. It doesn't even have to be perfect. That one just happened to be perfect.
An important substitution for Poland as they do the double sub again. Winerska coming in and Smarzik. Service error. Degrati drops that ball. Sila on top of it. Smarzer looking for the hold. Sila picks it up again. I love the way that Degrati approaches the ball. Did I tell you who's behind? No surprise, it's Paola Aganu. Another kill.
In these long rallies, sometimes Aganu isn't that first option because they know if this rally extends, she can put it down right away.
What we talk a lot about in Volleyball Nations League is ABS, attacks, blocks, serves. It's the blocking of Italy that has given them the advantage. From the backcourt, Degrati is just a grinder.
She's been doing a phenomenal job, especially when Rossetti was out for a few matches last week. She stepped in and has done phenomenal for this team. Just always a steady force that you know is going to absolutely bring it.
Timeout. Second time for Poland.
It's logic that if we have a shitty ball around here and instead of putting the ball on Aganu to take her out, we put on the libero, Aganu play in transition. She have 300% and she scored. It's logic that if we have this ball that at least it must become an high ball comfortable and it become a ball on the 3 meters, out of the 3 meters, we cannot even attack. Girls, it's still on our side the problem. It's still on our side the problem.
Well, Lavarini very clear there about the problem is on our side.
telling his team, if we have a ball that we need to just send over, put it on Paolo Ganu because you take her out of the offense. It's one less hitter to worry about, and she's not going to go up and blast it.
Mounjik's pass is good. Smarzik battles through the block. Poland, long road to go, now down 5.
Every time Smarzik checks into this set, you know she's going to have a big rip right away. Venerska loves to get her going.
Poland still looking for a block. Italy 8-1 blocking advantage. Sila brings that in. It's not a perfect pass. And just gets lost. That's the worst when you're a blocker trying to find it.
So tough because you get such a good touch on it and you just try to look up right away, but you don't know where the ball's going and it comes down right between them.
And Trapova comes in for Italy. First time we're seeing her, 21 years old. Pass is perfect. Smarzik on this side. Mounjik attacking.
And that's a big side out for Poland because with Trapova back there, she has the ability to go off from the service line. They needed that one and done.
And what was so important about that, too, is that Kornelik was not on the floor and Stishak was not on the floor. Kornelik substituting back in now as far goes out. Jurczyk behind the service line. Egano has a long run around behind the setter. Pass is good for it. Same shot we saw by Sila before.
Just that quick arm swing. She flies up, and if she has the ability to either see a seam or go over that blocker up there, she's going to do it in a great identification of that seam.
We always talk about thumb down with the thumb facing down for the cut. Her thumb is like contorted past 0. Ooh. All right, Mounjik responding time and time again.
Mounjik doing the exact same thing, turning her thumb down. Feels like it went around a few times. That's how sharp that shot was.
A little late on the substitution. And all of a sudden, Poland has Venerska up front, which they don't want because the set's going to go outside. Oh, a break for Poland. They missed the sub before. Now Italy will challenge a block touch. After that, there will be a substitution, and Kornelik self-confesses. Here comes the double sub. You know, and Emily, they missed that substitution, and I think that's part of why Kornelik was reaching over so much, ended up touching that ball.
Yeah, had to overcompensate for the shorter setter up front and trying to do too much. Got the touch on it.
Again, as Lavarini says, the problem is on our side. That's one of the problems, right? They were just late on a sub. And instead of 16-20, they're now down by 6 again. Sila at the service line. Something going on at the scorer's table, and let's use that moment, Emily, to talk about the numbers so far in this match.
And you look at the blocking numbers, out-blocking Poland 8-1, and that's a really good blocking team for Poland. We saw what they did against Turkey. They put up 15 in 5 sets. This is not the blocking night that Poland wanted.
Talking about attacks, blocks, and serves, Italy out-attacking Poland 25-23, and a lot of Poland service errors, Poland attack errors as well.
And those errors are coming because they've gotten blocked so many times. They're trying to swing higher and higher to avoid the block. That's causing a lot of these errors with the ball going out of bounds.
Yeah, serves, when you look at them, it's aces, 2-2, but it's really so much more than aces that Italy is causing with their serve.
Yeah, and you see service counted in aces.
So as we wait, we were talking about the serves. Everybody looks at aces and errors, but it's so much more than that.
It's a lot more than just counting those aces. It's your ability to knock the opponent out of system. Yes, aces are good, and as a result of that, but also you just want to find a way to keep that ball off the net on the other side, serve them tough in the seams.
we'll see as a scoring table. That's an issue they need to resolve before we return to play.
A lot of fans dancing in the stands.
Emily, let's see. Emily, there's another match after this one. It is the other semifinal between Brazil and Japan. While we have this delay, a little sneak peek of that match.
Because here it's number 8 in position 1, but number 8 already service. Huh? Yes. And after you were in reception, huh? Okay. I know.
Figure out the rotation. What we heard there is that they were saying 8 is in position 1, but she already served. So did Italy get out of rotation at some point? That could be absolutely costly for them. We're seeing the score adjusted, a point go away from Italy. They did have 21. I'd ask you a question, Emily, but every time I do, we get some progress on this. I'm going to leave it out and say that Polska having a great time. The men's finals begin next week in Roch. Right now, the women's finals here in Thailand has been a treat. You know that game where like you start talking and somebody else interrupts you every time?
The worst.
I feel like
that's what we were doing.
Yeah, I feel like I'm about to ask you something about Brazil, Japan coming up later, but we're going to get an answer here any moment. Fans enjoying it. We got a Stishak and Wukashik. Wukashik having a really nice game, taking some pressure off. The question is about Oro and where she was. But as the score has now gone back to the original score, 21-15, all was in order, and Sila is serving.
We're back where we started, same rotation.
Perfect pass. Cornelic handles it.
And that was important for Poland to side out quickly. After that long delay, it can be sometimes hard to nail that pass right away. They got it done, and Cornelic going to work.
Sila goes out, and in comes Giovannini. Great passer, plays her club ball for Megabox. And see, the pass is perfect, and it leads to an Aganu kill. Good substitution for Italy.
A great substitution, and right away we're seeing Aganu again toward the end of the set. This is when they use her most often. When they want to finish sets as soon as possible, it's Aganu all day.
Danese serve. Slow down. Aganu. And an out-of-system set, crushing the back line.
A beautiful out-of-system set from Danese, just taking complete control. Beautiful bump set. Leads Aganu inside. She rips it.
Danese with another serve. This will come over the shoulder, tough against a big block. Well handled by Wukashik. Stishak is behind. They go to Cornelic again. And again, the connection lacking.
Yeah, that ball not high enough for Cornelic to go up and get on top of. Now we've seen 2 errors, her barreling that ball out of bounds. That set's got to be fixed.
And we are at set point. They serve Wukashik. She gets it back. A crush by Wukashik to stave off one Italy set point.
We can always count on a Wukashik banger of a ball. Anytime she sees that seam, she reps it.
I mean, pretty impressive to swing that way after what Italy's block with Aganu and Farr has done. Set point number 2, and it is sent out of bounds. A shot in the foot for Poland as Italy goes up 2-0. Italy, the world ranked number 2, swept the United States in the quarterfinals. Are they about to do the same to Poland?
This is an Italy team that has been used to winning lately. They've swept their last 6 of 9 opponents. They're doing a phenomenal job from the jump of matches, just starting off strong and not letting up at all until the absolute end. Poland trying to stay in it, but that block for Italy is just way too stifling, causing too many errors on Poland's side, and Italy's just capitalizing and making it look somewhat easy.
Here's the numbers just from set number 2.
And you see those attack numbers fairly even between the two, but Italy just 1 error that entire set. Poland on the flip side, 7. A lot of that coming because Italy's block has done such a phenomenal job, racking up 3 in that set alone, forcing Poland to try to hit shots that they don't want to hit.
Yeah, you just add up those numbers, right? 15 attacks with 3 blocks for Italy, minus only 1 error. Those are winning numbers.
That probability continuing to climb for Italy, and it could be fast if Poland doesn't make a switch.
Yeah, what kind of a switch could they make? Lave Rogers is down, and we'll hear from the coaches.
Yes, we will. Thank you very much, Anne-Marie. Again, you find yourself 2-0 up. In the last few games, teams are really struggling to hang with Italy. Why do you think that is?
But I think that we're playing with a lot of attention. In the first set, we served really good. They had big problem in pass, but now they're receiving better, so they start to play more quick. And this is a problem, sometimes pipe. We have to improve this level, but I think that till now we have played a really good set in the second set, no mistakes by our side, and in these matches it's really important.
Are you happy?
Till now, but now we restart, 0-0, everything restart.
Hey, good luck. Thank you for having a chat. I've always got to ask the coach because you never know.
I love the question because the answer is always, what coach is going to say after 2 sets? Yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm ecstatic, in fact.
You just know on Poland's side, that's a team that does make those in-game adjustments. We've seen them come back from down. You can't count them out, but they're going to have a big switch.
Pro tip, Dave, I suggest when you do this interview, you do not ask if Poland's coach is happy.
No, Anne-Marie, I will keep that in the top pocket for later. It was always going to be difficult today, coming off less than 24 hours since that great victory. But how close do you feel you are? Is there a way back into this game for you?
You're right, yes. We didn't have too many hours to rest. This is first, but it's not about this. It's more about us. We are not so close right now, so it's everything on our side. From technical point of view, we have to be better in first touch, second touch particular, because we don't have opportunity to attack the ball strong. This is first thing we have to change.
There are always positives. What do you feel you've done well in those first 2 sets?
Oh, we had a couple of good moments, but this is not enough right now. We have to be more consistent and fight until the end.
Any personnel changes with players on the court for set 3?
Yeah, 1 change.
Can you tell us?
Middle blocker.
Middle blocker, Dziękuję, and good luck. Again, we're getting exclusives down here.
Yeah, it was great to find that out. I mean, Emily, it would be easy to say, hey, look, this is a quick turnaround for Poland, but I don't think this is fatigue that's doing it. I think it's Italy that is handing it to Poland, and Poland making a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, Italy is completely imposing their will on them, and Poland's not finding a way out of it. They've struggled to find the court in offense, trying to hit around that big block, making too many errors in that case. Just go for those high hands a little bit better. They've really struggled all night.
So coach said a change at middle blocker for Poland. Does that mean we're going to see Różański? Perhaps. Oh, excuse me, not Różański. Let's see, we have Aligierska, Kornelik, and we have had just not enough production through the middle.
Now, normally Poland will throw in Aligierska She started a lot of matches at the beginning of this VNL, but Jurčić kind of played her way back into that starting lineup. We'll see what they come out with. Now Gierska will get the start over Kornelik. We saw Kornelik make a few too many attacking errors. We'll see if Gierska can try to get something going, either defensively, slowing Italy down, or offensively getting involved.
Gierska a little bit smaller at 190 to Kornelik's 200, or 2 meters. Italy first serve. Back to Stishak, powering through the block, and noted away from Aganu.
That's what Poland needs to do. Win Aganu's front row, especially with Danesi. Send everything to the right side.
Wołosz continues to serve Sila. It's playable. Stishak gets underneath it, keeps it in play. Sila does not produce.
We haven't seen Sila go to tips too many times today. Normally just that all-out power or going up and over the block to the corner. Watch for her to explode on the next one.
Uh-oh. The Garati pass is off. Cross to Sila. She will just tip. Mountjik. Uh-oh. And Wołosz has something to say about it. Poland is challenging a block touch.
Aganu saying she didn't touch that ball. Could be some mind games just saying she didn't touch it so they don't challenge, but normally they admit to it right away, so.
Exactly.
With this technology, you don't get away with anything.
No. Oh, it's going to be a forearm that they were asking about, but
well, also
no block touch.
Really smart because you never want to admit a forearm because that's the toughest thing to see on the camera. There's no finger bent back or normally change of direction on that ball, so smart. Even if she did touch it, why tell them?
That tells me a lot about you, Emily, in that there's no thought to give in to be like honesty at all.
You have to plan out your lies, Anne-Marie.
Oh, good to know. Keep my eye on you. Popped down by Aganu.
Great serve from Sila, forcing that overpass, really attacking right down the line, something that Italy's been doing so well, attacking Łukasz.
Even at 2, and it's imperative that Poland stays on it. Sila, another service error today. She's having a little trouble back there.
They're trying to just find her rhythm back there, taking them out of system, but now Poland with a slight lead to start off this one.
Backcourt setter on both sides. Beautiful pass. Soft from Danesi. Uh-oh. Great dig from Wołosz. Łukasz, huge swing, but no good.
Poland's outside's trying to go right down that line, trying to tool off of Paula Aganu, but Aganu is just so disciplined in this block, she's not allowing them to do so.
Middle is taken out of it with that pass off. Stishak going to work.
That's a smarter matchup for Wołosz to try to exploit with Stishak up front against a shorter outside in Degrati. She has to find a way to keep that ball on the right side, avoid Aganu at all costs.
Yeah, Stishak and Łukasz even for scoring on Poland's side. Degrati. She's just a little magic maker, right?
She's absolutely phenomenal. I mean, what she does in the court, she's never that flashy, but she continues to bring stability, and they can really throw her in whenever and know that she's going to be a game changer.
Helps that she's also on springs, built on springs. Service is long, exhale by Poland.
Yeah, that's a big break for Poland because if Aganu gets going on that back line, it is so difficult to stop.
Little tip, it's picked up, Strogowska. Mounjic into traffic, really took Eganu out. That's the good news. The bad news is for Poland, Degrati making magic.
Such a well-placed tip. This ball pushed all the way out. Just a push right down that line over Stishak. Lands it in the corner.
Out again. And it's really been a nice balance at the pins for Poland between Łukasik and Stishak.
Yeah, and Poland now finding a little bit more of that balance, spreading it out from pin to pin a little bit better. They've gotten a little bit too outside heavy. They need to continue to establish that right side as well, though.
Yep, and both of their top attackers are back court right now. Mounjic, an important swing. It's coming over. Who do you run? You got a front court setter. Eganu. It's like a given when you set Eganu. It's going down.
Italy's defense just digging in. We talk so much about the front court, but man, that back court is almost just as good. Degrati acting like a libero back there.
A little fire from the Italians. Far serves, takes Łukasik to pass it. It's still up. Nobody to get the big block.
That could be one of the reasons why Poland isn't running their middle as often, because even if Denese is one-on-one, she finds ways to just get in front of that line of approach and shut it down. Poland's got to work those middles around that zone a little bit more, maybe throwing a gap or a back one. That quick isn't working.
Vołos, great block. Sila will put it into play. Here's Vołos. She's got a middle in front. Stishak behind. And I'm not sure that touched anybody. It did not. Point Italy.
We've seen again, Poland just too many errors up front, trying to go for high hands, but just missing long because the block's been so imposing. We're going sheer over.
Turning it thumb down, beautiful by Mounjic.
Good finish from Mounjic up front. Going cross court, slicing it right between those two defenders. Good spot.
Poland trailing by one. Jurczyk. Degrati dimes the pass. Perfect. That is perfect Italian volleyball.
I mean, great ball handling, and then Paola Eganu just flying. Look at how high she gets up on some of these swings. Nearly going up and over that block. So tough to stop, even the best of them.
Trouble from Mounjic. It's going to come back. Good swing, because you got Eganu in front of you. Sila. There, Marian Sila returns to form with a down-the-line deep attack.
A great mix-up of shots. We've seen her rip that cross-court time and time again. This time just taking a little bit of speed off, finishing that arm right down the line. Beautiful shot to the corner.
Poland takes
Attack
their
this ball
first time
against
out.
them. The ball has to be inside and close to the net. Watch out, because it's the second. She is powerful and really high. If she pass over or we take in defense, or she score. But at least when she attack in our hands, try to be strong. It's the third ball that pass in our hands. Start to fix easy things like this. Little much higher, uno. Vamos! Goal!
The message has been consistent from Laverini, like they're controlling their side. You feel Poland is not going to do a enough job managing themselves before they can think about Italy.
Yeah, we've seen a few too many errors on Poland's side, but I mean, it's tough when you're going up against an Italian team that is not making many errors. They're imposing their will, blocking, and offensively they've been outstanding. So, yeah, maybe Poland can control a few things, but it's been tough.
To the middle, great block, Denese. Oh! Eganu with a head shake afterwards.
The way Eganu can just wrap her hands over the net around the ball, it's like she's reaching for it. It's massive up front.
Opa with that head shake. Great dig. Degrati back again. Now it's going to start flowing for Italy.
Italy, again, just regaining control. They played toe-to-toe with Poland through the first few points, but they have just taken off. A lot of that because Eganu said, I want to go home.
Vanerska comes in to set. Vanerska has to go chase. It's really been Poland's first touch that has suffered. Cover. Big block in front. Moundic does a really nice job playing within herself.
And that was a phenomenal swing against a really big block, just taking speed off, a cutback right to zone 1, and even if Oro plays it, at least you take the setter out.
Pass, no choice but to set Sila there. Stishak. No touch, ball is long.
A string of errors for Stishak, not really finding the floor here in set 3. We've seen that long ball a few times now.
Yeah, 6 attack errors for Poland, just 1 for Italy in this third set. Vanerska outside to Stishak, and it's because of the blocking of Italy. Wow, persistence pays off. That rally going all Italy's way until the end.
Now, Italy having complete control, keeping the pressure on Poland's side, but Poland did not give up. That block was there, doing a phenomenal job staying in some of these defensive plays, just haven't capitalized on some of them. It's a good finish.
Ali Gerska and Stishak look good together on that block. Degrati just muscles it through.
And Degrati has such a strong arm, and you can see even against one of the best blocks in the world, she manages to just power her way through it.
5-point lead for Italy in a must-win set for Poland. And Stishak is frustrated. She's demanding a challenge. The trick is, you know, they got 1 timeout left. Self-admission by Italy. They get a green card. A green card is called a fair play card. Let's take a look at the moment.
Far just getting a hand on that. 19 in blue.
For pointer finger, with each fair play card, the team at the end of Volleyball Nations League with the most green cards or fair play points will win a hefty cash prize. Emily would not win that because she does not tell the truth.
Nope.
Tight ball, really rough set. And it's just the strength of Stishak to push through.
We're calling Stishak in the net on that play on the follow down.
But they overruled by, oh no, it was not overruled. Oh.
Yeah, they originally called Stishak in the net, but she couldn't believe it. Yeah, that hand, the wrist.
Yeah. She must not be aware, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, clearly.
Because the last one, you know, she demanded
Yeah.
a challenge, and it didn't work out, so Leverini not going to go for it. Eganu preparing to rip a serve. Out.
Another big break for Poland. Getting Eganu back off that service line, but Italy still with a pretty hefty cushion right here.
Italy is stacked left. Stishak serves into the stack. Degrati passes and gets it back. I just love the way Degrati plays.
Gosh, she just fights. She's never going to back down from a challenge. Out of system, she knows she's got a big block in front of her. Just ripping balls left and right. She's a firecracker.
Malinjik's pass is good. The block of Italy continues to dominate. And I mean dominate.
And that block is just absolutely insane. Łukaszek Blocked the first time, hits the same exact shot right down into the hands again. Of course it's coming back, it's Italy.
And now we see Rojansky come in for Wukasik. Degrati serving. Oh, what a pretty serve. Silent attacks on the ball. That's a tough ball against a terrific block. Sela, it's on you. And she makes it happen.
You can tell that last second shift from De Janeiro. She wanted to go out to Aganu, but Aganu was on the floor. Last second, chucked that ball up to the outside. Sela managed to get hands.
And with a 7-point deficit for Poland to deal with, Lavarini says, let's talk one more time.
If the middle block is in a good timing, but they are following along. Okay? Same situation, don't give up. One ball, then the other. We can push again in service, choose better our shot, play with first touch higher, don't waste the opportunity to stay there and point. Right. Oh.
Italy has scored 6 of the last 8 points. Emily, what can Poland do right now to stop the bleeding?
They got to control that first touch. We're seeing way too many goals go to the outside because that first pass isn't good. Focus on it right here.
And that's still not a great touch. Rojansky takes a swing, but it got it. Mountic gets underneath it. First of all, no one hurt. That's the best news.
Shigalska coming flying through there. You mentioned it. It's one thing to get underneath this ball, but with how much power it's coming with, you also have to find a way to control it, and that's why the best defenders not only get touches on it, but also manage to keep it up inside the court.
It's good she didn't just run out that tunnel. Yeah. Strogovska pass, back to Stishak. Egano just waiting. They go to Degrati, pulls the string.
One of the first tips that we've seen from her today, so well placed. You expect her to take a big swing at this ball. I mean, she approaches so hard. You expect that heavy hit. Just that easy touch gets it done.
Here comes Smarzik. Poland has emptied the bench, trying every combination they can. He's out of timeouts, has 1 challenge remaining. Got his long fingers again. We got players running into each other.
Just making sure they're okay. Aganu again. Just finding ways to get these impressive scoops.
Yeah, and De Janeiro versus Farr. De Janeiro loses that battle when they run into each other, so glad she's okay. Puts up a perfect pass. Ooh. But Oro gives to Farr to put down.
How about that swing? Taking that arm fully cross body, and the contact point she's hitting it at allows her to hit pretty much in the 3-meter line.
Emily, we knew that Italy was in control of this match, but I don't think any of us expected this in the third set.
Yeah, not a 10-point lead against one of the best teams in the world. It's insane how good they look. We talked about it yesterday, but this Italy team, they've gotten better and better as the VNL weeks have gone on. And yes, of course, they're already qualified for the Olympics, and they have a tough pool with Turkey, Netherlands, and the Dominican Republic. But this Italy team looks like a team that could win gold in the Olympics.
They won VNL gold in 2022, and they won the 2022 World Championships. They got a bronze in that one. They got it. Just take a swing. They put it to Egano so that Sela has to hit it, but I mean, this is flowing like the very best Italian red wine right now.
I mean, they are just outstanding. Everything they're doing on both sides of the ball just look unstoppable.
A service ace. Italy is on the precipice of sweeping Poland.
And absolutely everything working for him right now, and it's only fitting that that ace came at that time.
The serve to get into the gold medal match. Smarzik swing, and fittingly, Italy wins it and advances on a block. They take down Poland in straight sets.
Phenomenal performance time and time again